me, my Saturday Night Losers. I am Jesse, the Saturday Night Loser. I cannot shake this cold. I'm still sick. If it's possible, I'm even more nasally than usual. I'm stuffed. I can't even hear out of my ear. Not that you need to know this, not that it affects you, but it's affecting me. Why am I doing this? Because my friends, the two of you out there, the show must go on. I have another mediocre show on tap for you. Later on, we're going to be taking a look at this. What is this? Let me show you what this is. This is a Diamond Select Toys Ironheart statue. Look at that. I can't wait to open this. This is Riri Williams in the Iron Man armor. We'll be opening that up in the later segment. But first, we got to cover the news. So, I don't know if you were anywhere near a computer. I don't know exactly what day it hit. If it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday, Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. But everybody saw this. And everybody's talking about this. This, my friends, is Brie Larson. Brie Larson on the set of Captain Marvel. Of course, what's the big deal? It's that costume. This is our first look at Brie Larson in the Captain Marvel costume. There's another look for you. She's very chipper in this picture. Of course, she's not in the primary color, the red, the blue costume. This is all green costume. Well, not all green, but it's black. Definitely more Kree-inspired. It is, I don't know, man. It's kind of cool looking. I dig it. Page 6 got these photos, and they are all over the place. Everybody's been commenting on it. Of course, I have to say what I think about it. The big thing about this is what really surprises me isn't so much the costume. The costume's cool. But the fan reaction, fanboys out there dig it. They actually, for the most part, I haven't seen any bad press about it. They understand that this is not the costume she's probably going to end up with. Holy shit. Have we reached some sort of understanding of how movies work? That would be fucking amazing. Not however in a bad way, Boss Logic, who's out there on the internets, I believe he's a Photoshopist, he took this image right here and he colorized it to look like her costume. Look at that. I dig that, man. If that is her costume, just primary colors, I'm down with it. It's very cool. Now, here's the thing that I hope happens. I know that I'm the only one, probably the only fan out there who hopes that it happens, but I hope the Kree helmet comes back. I love the Kree helmet on Captain Marvel. I love that mohawk that she wears. I know they got rid of it when What's-Her-Face left the book, but I don't care. I still love the Kree helmet. Carol Danvers, of course, created by Roy Thomas. Gene Colan made her Marvel Comics debut that is, in Marvel Superheroes number 13, March of 1968, which, by the way, means that this is the 50th anniversary of Carol Danvers. How about that? But, however, we'll have to wait till our 51st anniversary to see the Captain Marvel movie. Here's one more look. Captain Marvel, which is filming right now in Atlanta, won't hit theaters until March 2019. Onward. Have you guys seen this? Check this out. That, my friends, is the Red Goblin. Who the fuck is the Red Goblin? Well, if you were paying attention this week, like I was, spoiler alert, Amazon pre-listed it and spoiled the whole thing. The book came out. Amazing Spider-Man 794 came out this week, January 2nd. Amazon spoiled it, and I'm about to spoil it again. The Red Goblin is, surprise, yes, Norman Osborn has bonded with the Carnage symbiote. I'll tell you what, this is cool. I didn't see much positive feedback about this, but see, I love this shit. I love when they mash stuff up. Norman Osborn is fucking crazy. Here's another look at Red Goblin. This is happening right now in Amazing Spider-Man 794. Dan Slott writing, of course, Dan Slott leaving Spider-Man, who he's written for the last 10 years. He's moving over to Iron Man, vacated by Brian Michael Bendis, who we talked about last week, going over to DC Comics. This is happening right now in Amazing Spider-Man, and I think it's kind of cool. There's that last look. You can check that out right now at your newsstands. Onward and upward. Speaking of last week I mentioned that the red trunks were back. The glorious red trunks. Well, not only are the red trunks back, but the yellow oval. What the fuck am I talking about? What is a yellow oval? What yellow oval could I be talking about besides this one? Yes, the original Batman logo is back on the costumes. Bleeding Cool is reporting that Gary Frank has confirmed, the artist on Doomsday Clock, that the yellow oval is back. Not only is it back, but in a tweet, Gary Frank confirmed it's not just in Doomsday Clock, but in all other comics as well. DC Comics really going back to their roots lately with Rebirth, Doomsday Clock. I'm not really reading Doomsday Clock because I'm not the biggest fan. Here comes the backlash. I'm not the biggest fan of Watchmen, but I still dig that it's coming back. So I just said DC Comics is going back to their roots, right? Well, maybe not so much, because IGN got the exclusive on the follow-up, The Dark Knight's Metal. What is it? It's called Justice League No Justice. What's it going to be about? Well, before I tell you that, it's going to be written by Scott Snyder, James Tynion, Joshua Williamson, with art by one of my favorite artists, Francis Manapul. I saw this the other day, and I thought this was a larf. But this is the real deal. The team has broken up. Look at, and they're all going to have their own members. Look at, that is Wonder Woman with Zatanna. Is that Batgirl, Dr. Knight? Or did I say that right? Dr. Light. I'm sorry. Wrong character. But whatever. Flash has his own team. Cyborg. Look at that. There's Damian. Of course, Harley Quinn. Superman has his own team. Martian Manhunter's back. I don't know. I think I like this team the best. Is that Starfire? Sinestro? And I'm not certain. But looking at this picture, I think that's Starro right there. Now, I know I just said that Superman's team I could like the best. But then check out Batman's team. Lex Luthor, Deathstroke, Lobo, and Beast Boy. I don't know how Beast Boy fits into all this. Maybe comic relief. But that is a fucking lineup right there. What is the concept? Well, according to IGN, the Justice League, at the suggestion of Brainiac, you're taking notes from Brainiac, form 4 separate teams with villains as members to take on a threat to Earth that the heroes alone themselves cannot handle. Of course, you can't be a superhero, and you cannot be on a superhero team without having a code name. So each group has a code name, one being Mystery, Wisdom, Wonder, and Entropy. Oh my God, let's take a look at that. I don't know. I think I like this team the best. I don't know, but look at Superman's team. That's fucking Starro back there. This is going to be the follow-up to, as I said, Dark Knight's Metal. I don't have a release date, but it's coming. Scott Snyder, I believe, said it's going to be a 4-issue run. But, yeah, that's awesome. Hang on one second. Dr. Fate. I kept saying Dr. Light. I'm sorry. I got my doctors mixed up. Let me show it to you. Dr. Light. Dr. Light was mind-wiped way back when. That's Dr. Fate right there. Anyway, onward. That's Justice League, No Justice. So, finally, let's wrap this up with Bill and Ted number 3. Bill and Ted, one of my favorite movies as a kid. This thing has been in developmental hell for, I don't know, years now. It's supposedly, not only is there a script done, but the creators, Ed Solomon and Chris Matheson, are pushing for this sequel. Digital Spy talked to Ed Solomon recently, and he broke it down, what's going on. The two creators who wrote them, Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon, he wrote the script. They both created Bill and Ted. Alex Winter, of course, Bill and Ted, and Keanu Reeves are on board for this movie. They're calling it, I love the title, Bill and Ted's Face the Music. It puts the boys as older men, of course, because they're probably in their 50s now, saying that Face the Music will see Winter and Reeves play middle-aged versions of Bill and Ted, who are family men rather than young, aspiring musicians. One of the obstacles that they have to address, of course, is the death of Rufus. Well, the death of George Carlin in 2008, who played Rufus. Sullivan saying that they are heartwarmingly addressing that whole thing. So what is the deal? What's the holdup? According to Solomon, what Hollywood wants to do, they're on board, but what they want to do is they want to reboot the whole thing. They want to bring in new teens to play Bill and Ted. Let's move this hand. You look familiar. They want to bring in new teens to play Bill and Ted. Who the hell wants to see 50-year-old men, doing stupid things? Well, me? I want to see what happened to them. The other problem is Hollywood is afraid that it's not going to make any money, which, according to Solomon, they never made a lot of money on the first movie to begin with. He's quoted as saying, "It's never going to be a movie that me and Chris Matheson get rich on. I've never made much money off of Bill and Ted. We never got profits from it. Our salaries were very small from it. But it's the one movie in my life that if I'd never done anything but Bill and Ted, I would have been really happy." Look, Bill and Ted, I didn't even see it in the movies. I saw it afterwards. And of course, it's like a cult classic. And then the sequel, I can't remember the name of it. I forget. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Not as well received as the original, but still funny. It had a great soundtrack. I am almost ashamed to admit that I still listen to that soundtrack. Kisses on it. Wingers on it. Richie Kotzen's on it. I mean, it's a good soundtrack. Anyway, I want to see it. Bill and Ted 3. They've been working on this for 10 years. I hope it comes together. We will be right back to take a look at Riri Williams as Ironheart. Come right back.
Armor up, Iron Man. Engage interlock mechanics. Armor up, War Machine.
That's particle beam. Attach front battle computer module.
My brain blast will make scrap metal of you! Not in this lifetime, Modok! With my rings I rule the land and sea!
Just undersea dome. I'm here to make waves, Mandarin.
Iron Man, War Machine, Hydro Armor Iron Man, and action figures, each sold separately.
Diamond Select Toys over the last couple years has really become known for their PVC statues. They've got the Femme Fatales line, they've got the DC Comics Batman animated series line, and they have this. This is the Diamond Select Gallery line, and we are going to look at Riri Williams, Ironheart. This is an 11-inch statue. Riri Williams, of course, made her Marvel Comics debut in Invincible Iron Man #7, created by Brian Michael Bendis. Enough of me just yammering on about Riri Williams. Let's open this thing up. But, as I was saying, created by Brian Michael Bendis, she made her Marvel Comics debut in the pages of Invincible Iron Man #7 back in May of 2016. I know I am just repeating myself here. Riri Williams, a 15-year-old genius, of course. Who isn't a genius in the Marvel Comics universe? Maybe Gwenpool isn't. Going to MIT on scholarship. She went around collecting pieces of Iron Man's armor and created her own armor. And started doing superhero stuff. Much like Tony Stark did in the beginning, she pieced together an armor. This here is based on her Ironheart armor given to her by Tony. Interesting fact that the AI in this suit, here, let me give you a close-up of this since I'm yammering on. The AI in this suit is Tony Stark. How about that? Take a look at this statue. This thing is cool. Look at it. I love the mask. Very cool. Give you a good look at this. There's the side. The back. Give you a look at the arc reactors. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I dig. Let me tell you something. I don't know what it is, but I really like Iron Man's armor. This is really cool. Yeah, she did some crime fighting with her makeshift armor. Tony finds out, goes to visit her at her house, And he says, yo, I'm going to help you out here. Take a look at that. And he gives her this armor. Like I said, with the Tony Stark AI. Let me give you another close-up. Check out this base. Of course, you can see her. The statue has her thrusting off a very technological base, very Tony Stark-esque. I like the thrust from her repulsors. A kind of, I don't know, clear blue. It's pretty neat. Check out the arc reactors on her palms, though. The palm repulsors. She's even got them on the tops of her hands. Look at that. That's kind of neat. Bring this over to me. And I'll have plenty of pictures of Riri here on my website, the-newsbox.com. What I really like about these PVC statues from Diamond Select is they're sculpted real well. I mean, this is sculpted by Phil Ramirez. And, you know, the statues out there right now, if you go to Sideshow, they could be upwards of, well, honestly, XM Studios is doing like $1,000 statues. So is Prime One. But these here retail for like $45. $45 is not bad for this statue. Here, look at this again. Look at this close up. Let me give you a look at her. Hopefully it'll zoom in on her, or zoom in on her face and not on me. Look at that. It's a really cool mask. It's a cool armor, and just, it's very kinetic. The statue's very kinetic. I like that too on her back, the lumbar piece there. There is even a GameStop exclusive version of this statue. I'm not sure how much that one retails for. This one retails for $45. You can get it at your local comic shop or at Diamond Select Toys website. I'll have links below to all of this stuff, so you can pre-order, or you can order it there. She's available for purchase right now. But I was saying the GameStop version has, instead of her mask, has her face. She's unmasked, and that one is really cool. It's basically the same statue, same thing going on, but it's Riri's head. It's a Riri portrait on there. It's very decent looking. It's not actually decent. It's cool looking. Let's come back over here. I want to show you her palms. I showed you the arc reactors on top, but I like the gold fingertips on top with the red on top. It's just a very cool statue. Very well done. You can, like I said, you can order this at your local comic book shop or at your retailer of choice. She retails for $45. 11 inches. I meant to tell you, it's 11 inches in height, so it's a nice size statue. It's very cool. That is basically all I have for you today. Yes, one of the things I've been completely remiss about, it's happening this week. This guy. I've been talking about this guy for 2 weeks now. That is a 18-inch Deadpool figure. 18 inches of X-Force Deadpool from NECA Toys. That's going to be on the Red Chair Show. I'm wrapping this shit up, man, because I'm really behind. I told you I was sick. I'm catching up. That's this week. Be there or be square. Also this week, I guarantee, is the other thing I talked about last week, which was the Nightwing statue, the Batman Animated Series statue from Diamond Select. That's going to be on my website, the-newsbox.com. I guarantee, just don't hold me to it. That's all I have for you today. Tell your friends, tell your cranky grandmother, and your crazy uncle. And when you tell your friends, make sure it's not just the hot ones. I'll see you next week.